Hi guys, welcome to my live. Thank you for joining when you join. Right now it's Sunday afternoon and we're just driving. My mom cooked dinner and she asked me to come over to get dinner. Isn't it's good to have a mom like that, you know? A mom that could cook for you and, you know, call you to come for dinner because she knows your obligation. She understands what it's like to be a mom, you know. So she called us for dinner, and right now I'm heading to go get dinner for my family. I don't have to cook today. I intended to cook today, but I'm happy that she called. Every Sunday, I normally cook on Sundays. I don't cook on Fridays and I don't cook on Saturdays. So, but on Sundays I do cook, and I cook every other day out of the week. Hi guys, how are you today? Um, I'm just driving to get dinner from my mom. I know I tell you guys all the time I'm in my 40s, but my mom called and said she cooked dinner, so I'm going to pick up dinner because I don't feel like cooking today. Well, I had the intention to get up and cook, but she called. I'm from a big family, so we normally got Sunday dinners, big Sunday dinners. And I try to do the same for me and my family now that I have, but sometimes when it's busy, you can't do that. So I intended to cook today, but she called, so now I'm on my way to get the food. I have to pick up food for myself and my sister's family. So my mom loved to cook, and she loves to cook very big meals. I can't cook big meals because I don't have a big family. I don't have a small family. I would say I have a medium-sized family. I don't know what people consider big versus small, because I see people that have about 13 children. So 15 people in their family, 11 children, 9 children. But I consider my family small. It's not that small, but it's small. And the highway is packed. So sometimes my mom will call me for dinner, but I don't like her side of town because it's so busy. There's always so much traffic on the highway. So I have to get off and take another route. It's just ridiculous how many cars are out on this Sunday. And the sun is out, so it's blinding. Like, you have to be very careful. No, I did not go to church today. I intended to go to church, to get up and go to church. But what I normally do if I don't go to church, I just get up and I listen to the gospel or listen to a morning prayer or something. But I have not been going to church as much as I should. You know, I had a football game. My son, he plays flag football. So I had a flag football game. So this morning I just got up. I listened to gospel. I listened to a message. And then I had to make breakfast. And then we went to flag football. And sometimes my husband's job, he has to work on Sunday. So today he's at work currently, and you know, he's at work. So it's just, my kids are not with me right now. They're with their aunt. So I'm pretty much by myself. I have this moment by myself. I'm going to my parents to go get some Sunday dinner. Thank you so much for the compliment. So I was up at a flag football game earlier. My son's team, unfortunately, they lost by 1 point. And today was the championship game. And, you know, my son's team was pretty much undefeated. They weren't undefeated, but they lost one game for the entire season. They were pretty good, but with football games and games, you never know. Sometimes the winning team may lose when they need to win the most, you know? So my son was sad. So flag football is over, so now we have to get on to track. Track will be our new sport. Well, that's their main sport, and track will keep us very busy. So on Sundays, sometimes we won't be home. So I'm just enjoying this time being at home and being in town. You know, I get to get Sunday dinner from my mom. You know, guys, if you have a parent or a mom like that, you're very blessed. You know, some people don't have a mother that will call and, you know, say, come for dinner. Like, I cook dinner, come for dinner. In 2025, it's pretty much hard to have that because our parents still have to work. You know, some of us still have parents who, they have to work. They don't have time for their grandkids or their children because of their obligation. And you can't really get mad at them for that, because most of us can't take care of our parents the way we want to, you know. We want to work and take care of our parents, and it's hard to do that when you have a family. They could back in the day. It's legal because I am definitely not, I'm not holding the phone. I'm just talking. Right now I'm at a stop sign, so it's hard to read your messages, but I can talk and drive. It's just like when you have the phone and you don't, when you have the phone and you're talking, I don't necessarily like driving and streaming because it's, well, me talking, because I do have to focus on the road, you know, and I'm normally super focused. So I don't drive and live stream normally. I just decided to do it. I did it a few times and I don't like it, but it is very legal, you know. But I talk and drive all the time. I don't have the phone. My phone is connected to my car, where if I talk, I don't need to touch the phone. I don't need to hold the phone. And also on my car, it has the call button and the talk button and things like that. So I'm normally, oh my gosh. Okay. I'm normally, if I stop, I can read your messages or look at the phone, but I'm normally super focused on the road. You know, I'm a very careful driver. I drive very slow. I don't drive fast, maybe in my younger years, because as you guys know, I'm in my 40s. In my younger years, I used to drive fast, but not so much anymore. I actually don't drive like driving. You know, I drive because I have to, but driving far, I don't like to, you know? Thank you so much. I think I got these earrings from H&M, and I've had them for about, I would say, 2 years. They're, it's just costume earrings. I really, I'm not a jewelry person, but I'll put on like a little earring, a little necklace, or a little chain. But I don't like, I'm a plain Jane. I like to wear makeup, but my jewelry have to be very simple, you know? Very simple. Have a good night. What time is it in I don't speak Hindi or Hindi. I don't speak Hindi. I don't speak Hindi, guys. I speak strictly English. I do need to learn other languages, but can an older person learn new languages? I'm in my 40s. It will be very difficult for me to learn a new language, you know? It would be very difficult for me to learn a new language, but I'll definitely try, you know? Bye, Melody. I'm sorry I don't speak English. Have a great night. I know it's pretty late in India, but thanks for coming into my live. I appreciate it. So guys, I'm saying if you have parents, if you're an older person and still have parents, do appreciate them, do treat them kind, and always be there for them. I am always there for my parents. You see how my mom, she'll cook and do all these, she'll offer food. She's very kind to my children. Like she'll buy her grandkids clothes sometimes, or she'll buy them like sweats. I don't require much from my parents because I'm very independent. You know, I work, my husband works, so we don't ask my parents for much, but some people do need help from their parents. But I do appreciate parents very much, you know, because if my parents need anything, like any paperwork filled out, anything, I'm definitely doing it for them. I don't hesitate. If my mom, before I had these two younger kids, me and my mom used to be all over the place. She doesn't drive, but she loves to grocery shop and stuff, and she likes to send things to Jamaica. So I would drive her all over the place. And also, I do artistic things with my mom, like taught me how to crochet, and we make jewelry together. Maybe sometimes I can show you guys. We don't have time because of my obligation to my two younger kids. I have to, once they're older, then I'll have more time for my mom again, you know? So I'm just saying for you guys to appreciate your parents if you have them, and treat them kind. There's a lot of people who treat their parents very bad. They abuse them, they steal from them. Like I know older people who are in their 70s who their kids want them to take care of them. If you're sick, I understand. If you're sick or unable to take care of yourself, I do understand where your parents will do have to take care of you. But if you're healthy and you're working, you have a professional job, and you're taking advantage of your mother or your father, that's not good. Please change your ways. I know people who they're professionals and their mom is a single mom having a lower job than them, and they're an elderly person, and they're taking advantage of the person, and it's not right, you know. Try to be better to your parents, guys. As a mom, I understand the pain of mothers. I understand the pains of fathers. It's not easy on this Sunday. I'm just giving you guys a message. It's not easy to be a parent. It's very difficult. So I don't judge my parents on their any mistakes or anything that they did. I know they had to work hard to give their children all that they had. My parents, we were poor in the 90s. So pretty much they had two jobs. They had six kids, young parents. If I look back, they were young with six kids trying to find a way, so that sometimes my dad couldn't be there because he was working for his family. Sometimes my mom couldn't be there. But you know what? With my mom today, Sunday, she cooked dinner for us every single night. We barely ate fast food. We always had a home cooked meal on our plate. And so that's why I try to cook for my children every night, because she instilled that in me, that fast food is not good. Of course, I make my kids eat fast food once in a while. I don't make them eat it that often, but I do try to make them have home cooked meals. I just try to be the best, to be there, talk to my parents, call them if they're having any issues, speak to them, talk to them. They do have each other, but they still need their kids. Now, I have aunts who are also, and uncles who are elderly, that I try to stay connected to. My uncle, he is older and he lives by himself. So I really don't like that as well. So I stay connected to him, check upon him, call him. I don't get to see him much because he lives in New York and I don't go to New York much, but a message on this Sunday is to treat your family well, stay connected to the elderly, and if you have a parent that treat you good, treat them good. You know, don't treat your parents good. If your parents treat your kids good, treat them good as well. There's some grandparents who are non-existent. They're not there. Like I said, I don't expect my parents to, take care of my children because I'm healthy. Me and my husband, we're healthy. We're able to take care of our own children. But if you have a parent that they know that you don't need anything from them and they still provide, those are very much commendable grandparents. They know that you don't need, but they still provide and they still spoil your children. Those parents, you have to appreciate them. If you have a grandparent who can't spoil your children, but they spend time, you can always drop your children off and they spend time with your children. Appreciate those kids. Um, so, my mom called today to say she cooked Sunday dinner. She did it a couple weeks ago. I was on live and I spoke to you guys about that. And that's very much commendable. We don't ask her to cook because I know, me personally, I don't like to be in the kitchen all day. And I know when you're cooking for your children and your grandkids, remember they have about nine grandchildren and she cooks for them. Not all of them live in the area, but a lot of us live here. So appreciate your parents. Today on this Sunday, I went to a football game and now we're home. I don't feel like being doing anything because next weekend we have a busy weekend. So I pick and choose which weekend will be active. You know, I would watching inappropriate movies would be a sin, because sometimes when you watch inappropriate movies, you adapt. You know how they say the company that you keep, you're the company that you keep. You're also who you watch, who you speak to, who you hang around, what you listen to, what you bring inside of your environment and your body. If you want positive things, positive thinking, try to watch positive messages. Try to watch positive movies. I can't watch everything on TV. I can't watch every movie. Reality shows I cannot watch because if it's too dramatic, too more drama, too much negativity, I can't watch that. I can't watch people abuse other people. I cannot watch people scam other people, steal from other people, put down others for how they look, how they act, what they have. I don't do that. I'm very positive, and I can't watch people that um shame people for their body type, how they look, their weight, how they talk, how they walk, their education, how intellectual they are. Everyone is different. We have to appreciate and accept people for who they are. Now, if someone is dangerous, that's so true. Um, Godspeed. You don't need to be encouraged to be nice or respectful. You just need to be that way. Oh my God, I see a lot of mosquitoes. I'm here and they're like surrounding my car. I don't know if I should get out. Why are there so many mosquitoes? So yes, you don't need to be encouraged to be nice or respectful. Are you saying you have to be that way? That should be who you are. You know, that should be your personality. Oh my God, why is this nasty mosquito? Get away. Ugh, get away, because I don't want to be bit by a mosquito. Not in the fall. That's crazy. My parents have a pool, so they have mosquitoes. But the pool is covered now. So yes, you should be naturally happy or naturally. I'm not saying we're always going to be happy. No, because it's life, guys. We go through ups and downs. I met a person, she's my hairdresser. I don't go to her much, but I spoke to her before and she said she was never sad, never depressed, never anything. Now, if you can be that type of person, I commend you. But we all get sad I get sad sometimes, sometimes I'm unhappy. But what I try not to do, I try not to deflect that on other people. I try not to put my mood or my feelings on other people. I try to separate myself if I'm in a bad mood, because I get in a bad mood maybe around my cycle, but not all the time. Like right now, I'm feeling very happy. I'm in a happy mood. And Godspeed, yes, I am thankful to be alive as well. We all should be. Now, there's a lot of people who are going through a lot, guys. We are. So I do understand some people cannot be happy because of their circumstance, but know that it will change. Change your thinking. Try to change your thoughts, things will get better. You have to try to surround yourself with positive people in positive environments. I know that people being sad, it could bring them down tremendously and have their thoughts into a dark black hole. But try to not watch bad things or surround yourself with positive. Seek the church. I don't know whatever makes you happy, seek it. Like I mentioned, I walk in nature because sometimes I can be a very moody person, So sometimes I walk in nature. There's times when I don't feel like talk. I'm a very chatty person. I'm talkative, but there are times when I don't feel like talking to people. So I just meditate and, sit by myself, try to be positive and watch something positive. I try to watch positive things on my phone, or listen to positive people. If someone is negative to me, I separate myself from them, There are people who are your friends, who are family members, who they'll have slick comments or they'll say things about you. Like say you want to progress or do something different. They'll speak negatively on your life or say that, oh, you can't do this or you can't do that. Don't listen to those people, guys. Try to be thankful to be alive. Try to be happy. Your walk is your walk. Your walk in life is your walk, How people perceive you is not who you are. How people project you is not who you are. You are your own self. You have to think in your mind that, I am me. I can do all things through Christ Jesus, through Christ Jesus. I can do things through God. God has got you guys. Whoever your God is, they have you. You're here for a reason. You're on this planet for a reason, guys. Do something to help someone. Now, in that being said, the hurricane in Jamaica, check my community. If you guys can donate, donate. If you have perishables, you know, food, canned goods, please donate to the Jamaicans or the islands. I should not limit this donation to Jamaica, because Haiti was affected, Cuba was affected, Dominican Republic was affected. If you have the means to donate, do donate. I know a lot of people, it's the holidays coming up, and most of us don't really have it. But if you do have it, please donate. And I know the government is shut down. I don't know who's affected by that. But if you are, know that everything is going to be okay. They can't keep the government shut down for long. There are people who really need food stamps, and there are people who need the services from the government. Food is very expensive, guys. Food is a lot. I commend, oh my God, these mosquitoes out here look very bad. I don't want to step outside. Why are they by my car? I have perfume on. They're probably, so guys, I know people in the government, they need, oh my goodness. So there are people in the government who needs, I have this bug off spray, and you know what? I will spray it on my car because I see a lot of mosquitoes around the car. And, when I'm home, I park in a garage, so I'm not really outside talking to you guys outside. At my mom's house picking up food. What was that? There are people who really need the food stamps. I know we talk about them, but there are people who need it. There are people who need support. Food is very expensive, and not everyone wants to go to, where do they send you, to the food bank, or I don't know, where do they send people to get free food? People don't always want to go there to get food, because is the food always good there? People don't want to always go there. Okay, I sprayed the bug spray for them to stay away from my car. But people don't want to always go there, So, guys, if you can donate to someone anywhere, it doesn't have to be in Jamaica. There are people in the U.S. who are suffering, I know people who are suffering. They can't afford to pay their rent. They're getting evicted from their apartments. People who, they can't stay somewhere because they can't afford it. There are people who, I understand not everyone can work 2 to 3 jobs. Not everyone that can work 2 to 3 jobs, because they're single parents. They have to be there with their children, There are people who have to be there with their children and don't have the father there, And you cannot neglect kids. You have to be there for kids. So sometimes people do need help. They do need help. We don't know why some fathers are not there. Sometimes they're not on earth. So people need help. People blame a lot of mothers or parents for things that are happening, and sometimes it's not that way. We have to have compassion, and we have to have grace towards other people. You never look at yourself and think, oh, I'm gonna be in a good position forever, or I'm gonna be in a bad position forever. If you are someone who can help another person, help that person. Help. If you can help them, I'm telling you, if I can give people information, knowledge, not everyone like to be on the computers, or not everyone like to fill out paperwork. Now, I don't like to do it either, but I know if I can help someone to do that, I'll do it, If I can help someone to buy something, they don't like to shop online. If I can help someone to shop online, I do that, an elderly person. I just think I am here to help and help others, me personally, based on my personality and how I see that people come to me for a lot. You know, I'm here on earth to help other people, you know, by any means. I'm somebody who can help someone through talking to them or filling out paperwork, guys. That's the type of person I am. People come to me for help and I help them, you know. Sometimes I don't have the help because I'm so independent. Sometimes it's hard for me to find help. Like if I have paperwork, I have to find someone to do it. You know, people can come to me to have me fill out their paperwork. Sometimes I don't have that. And sometimes it's, oh, his pet bit your brother. That's not good, you know. And you know, people, when you help some people, they don't appreciate, and that's okay, guys. If they don't appreciate, don't think of them. If you have a helping spirit or you're a person who like to help others, don't think about what others are doing towards you. God will bless you. You'll be blessed for having that personality type. Like I say, my mom is like a giving person. She is like the most giving person that I know. And it's not reciprocated all the time, but she have kids like me that will bless her. If my mom need anything, I am always there. If my mom say, Carla, I need this, I need that, I am there to help my mom. Every parent are not gonna be there to help you guys, you know. Every parent, they're not going to be there to help you as an adult. We have to, you know, go through life on our own. Sometimes as a 40-something-year-old person, I am lost. I need help. I need someone to talk to. I do tell you guys that I'm very indecisive. Some decisions and I'm impulsive. So I'll make a decision on my own thinking, and sometimes that's not good. But hi, Yasha, thank you so much for subscribing. Guys, please like, share, subscribe, and, you know, continue to watch my videos. But I do like to talk and I do like to give advice. And that's just in my nature, in my spirit. And I am in the USA. I'm in the USA, you know. And I'm just telling you guys, if you have the means to help, I see a lot of people looting and scamming and doing crazy things. Don't do that. Why do you have to scam and loot? Things will come your way. Don't compare your life to other people. There are people who have more than you, who have less than you. But you know what? You have all that you need because you have yourself and you have God. Don't ever compare. We can survive. We can simply survive. Get up and go. You know, I know we buy many different clothes, many different outfits. Like me, I used to shop so much. I have so much clothes, and I am so grateful that now the people in Jamaica need it. So I will be shipping the clothes to them, shipping shoes. I have shoes I will send to them because I've noticed that you guys see me most of the time, right? I have, you can wear the same thing every day. You just wash your, not every day, but you can wear the same type of clothes every day. We don't need to buy million clothes, continue to waste your money on clothes, you know? Thank you, Ayush. Am I pronouncing your name right? Ayush? Thank you so much. I do appreciate that, you know? Thank you guys for subscribing. I love talking to you guys on here. I love, you know, that you guys are supporting me. I really appreciate that. You know, it means a lot, you know. And I'm happy that you guys came into my live, you know, listening. You didn't have to be here, and I appreciate that. But my thing on here, it's a Sunday. I just want you guys to, you know, help someone today if you can. If you can, donate to Jamaica or to Haiti, Dominican Republic, Cuba, do so. You know, if you can, if you have clothes that you don't wear, you can donate that. If you have shoes that you don't wear, you can donate that. You know, I know Jamaica need people that can build houses. If you're a carpenter and have those skills and have the means to go there to help, you know, provide your service, please do that as well, you know. They'll need lots and lots and lots of help. These I don't know, I don't these mosquitoes out there look dangerous, and I have to get out of my car soon. If you have the means to provide, do that, you know. I will be sending oh my god, I have to reverse because I don't know where these bugs are coming from. They're scaring me. Where are they coming from? Oh my goodness. Okay. My dad have a pool, so I don't know, he have water in his yard, a pool. So all these mosquitoes that I'm seeing, I don't see at my house. But when you have a pool, that happens, you know. It's not that it's cold here, but it's like hot and cold, so the mosquitoes are still out here. They're still here, and I do not like any form of bugs, any bugs. Ayush Habaria. Ayush Habaria. Is that your last name or first name? So Ayush. They don't need love from me. I'm not getting bit up. I don't want any bugs sucking my blood. I don't like that. Bugs sucking your blood. And there's a lot of germs or diseases. I love the winter because no bugs. So that's why I love the winter. No bugs, you know. I love the summer because I love being outside. But I don't like bugs, guys. I don't like any form of bugs, you know. I don't like them. My Instagram and my TikTok is on my if you look in my on my page, it's the same thing, Carla's Way. It's Carla's Way. It's the same on Instagram, Carla's Way. And you know, I would love to come to Greece. I was looking up trips for Greece next year because we like to look a year in advance. We try to do one family trip every year. And next year I said I wanted to go to Greece, you know, but oh my God, one second. I see my dad. I have to tell him to come spray these bugs away from. I don't know where these mosquitoes are coming from. I have to tell him to remove them from my car because they're really aggravating me, and I don't want them around my car. Um, he needs to come spray something. I have this. This is bug off for the body, but these mosquitoes, I don't want them to even come near me when I step out of the car. It's just too much. Like when I'm walking, I don't see these bugs, but I'm sitting in my car and I'm seeing them, which is absolutely insane. But I think it's the temperature today. It's warm and then it's cold, and then, you know, they have water. So I don't know. It's funny. Like, I don't like them. I want to show you guys them, but I don't want, my dad's car is right in front and I don't want to show his license plate number. So, um, this is ridiculous. I hate bugs. Now, okay. Lefter Storm. I would love to go to Greece. I'll show you well, if I could show my chat from my friend. We were saying our bucket list next year would be Greece because sometimes I don't travel with my family. I'll travel with friends because my my family don't like to travel far places. So I do have friends that will travel with me, so we'll go away. But I think when you're traveling, I really don't think females should travel alone out of the country because it gets very scary. I was telling a story to my husband about how when we went to the DR, there was this guy attached to my friend. You know, I was married, so I was not paying no anybody any. I am married and I'm not paying anyone any attention. And the person would just, we were at our at our room and the person just popped up. So it's very dangerous. So yeah, guys, be careful as females when you travel outside of the country. Always have, what do they call it? The spray. What's that spray that we're supposed to travel with? I can't, the name is on the tip of my tongue and I can't. Ooh, what's that spray that you can spray in people's eyes? I forgot the name of it, but if you guys know the name, put it in the chat. Um, I always travel with that spray. I don't know if you can take it on the plane. Yep, pepper spray. Yep, travel with pepper spray. So now, guys, I'll start traveling with pepper spray because you feel like everything is innocent and you're in a safe space, but you hear of all these crazy stories that happen to females or people, like you guys see me walking alone, or sometimes I feel safe, but you never know. You never know what could happen. You can never be too safe. You have to be cautious when you're by yourself or you don't have males around. Or oh, they have bear spray too. I need to get one because there's a trail that I want to go through, but it's bears appear there. But it's getting cold here now, so I feel like the bears are going into hibernation. um but I did see a bear on in the back of my yard this past summer. So if I find the video, I will upload the video. But they just walk through my backyard like it's nothing. I saw them walk on my neighbor's step, like the one adjacent to my house. They just walked on their step like it was nothing. They walked on their, they just stroll through the neighborhood. Now, I have small children, so I have to keep them inside, but it's crazy. One time I was sitting on my deck and the bear just stroll by, you know. But I'm happy that they didn't bother us. They just walked by. They said with bears, if you don't bother them, they don't bother you. And bears are not just in places where it's like they have woods in your backyard. I saw that the bears at one time, they were in the city going into the garbage, getting food. So that's what was happening right in the middle of the city of Hartford, going in the garbage can, getting food. Now, just be careful if you have your garbage outside, or you live in a suburban area, or you live in a wooded area. Now, that's the thing about Jamaica. We don't have big bears, big animals like that. We don't have like a big bear walking through the yard. Now, that's scary. Big deers and things like that. We don't have those animals. We have small animals in our country, you know so I don't deal with animals. I'll go to a zoo and I'll be like, yeah, they're cute, but them in my yard, no. Stay far away. Stay far, far away. And it's you fence your yard, but they can come over that fence, They can tear down that fence. They can, you know? So guys, thank you guys for chatting with me. I'm getting off now because I have to go in. It will be getting dark here soon, and I have to go talk to my parents a little bit. I'm at their house. I have to talk to them, get dinner, and then go back home. And then I have my normal Sunday things to do. Get ready and prep for tomorrow for the work week. It's election day on Tuesday. Are you guys voting? I'm your stepsister. Yes, Godspeed. You should taste my mother's food. Her food is amazing. Yes. Her food is good. You know, see the big bag of containers that I'm going in to go get food. This food will last me a couple days. You know, but my kids are so funny. They'll eat today and won't want to eat the leftovers tomorrow. But you know what? They're going to have to eat because I'm not cooking today or tomorrow. We'll start our cooking on Tuesday. So, yes, I have to go in to talk and I have to do some things for my mom. So I will speak to you guys. And guys, pray for everyone. I know we said we are happy and we try to be happy, but there are people who they have mental issues that they cannot be happy because is their minds are not happy, even if they're on medication. And I have people in my family who have they have mental illness. Guys, can you hear me now? Yeah, we have to go. Have a great evening, guys. Thank you for chatting. Hopefully tomorrow when I go walk, I will try to connect with you guys. But I'm sorry about the sound, and that happens when I get calls, even though I tell them not to call me. So have a great night. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being a part of my life, a part of my YouTube family. Join my TikTok family and my Instagram family. You know, we and if you need a follow back, let me know. Bye bye.